Bryan's first string is 1-2-1. It is a string of two highs followed by a mid with the first hit coming out in 10 frames. Every hit in the string is safe, leaving the opponent only able to check you. The first two hits will jail, but between the second and third they are able to crouch, but if they do, they will be hit by the mid. Bryan's second string is a variation on the first, except instead of ending with a mid, it will end with a low, 1-2-3. If your opponent does not crouch, then they will get hit by the low, even if they blocked the first two. Combined with 1-2-1, it can be a good mix-up tool to keep your opponent guessing. Back plus one, or chopping elbow, is a 20-frame mid with long reach, moves Bryan forward, is +4 on block, and forces the opponent into crouch on normal hit. On counter hit, it bounces the opponent off the ground, allowing for big damage in a follow-up. It is quite linear, so your opponent can easily sidestep it if they see it coming. However, don't whiff it, because it will take a bit of time to recover if you do. 3+4 is one of Bryan's best keep-out tools. It's an 18-frame mid that knocks down on hit and is -13 on block, but is incredibly hard to punish, if at all. It has incredible range, hitting at just under 2 backdashes. It is also a counter-hit launcher, leading to a crumple state and massive damage. However, it is easy to punish on whiff, so don't whiff it. Bryan does not have a standard down forward +1 that most characters do. Instead of a 13-frame mid that is used to check crouching opponents, he has a 15-frame mid string known as Machine Gun Blow. The first hit comes in 15 frames and is -5 on block. Pressing 1 after the first hit will throw out another, up to 4 total. All the follow-ups are delayable and -10 on block. At any point after pressing 1, Bryan can press 2 to throw out the follow-up. It is -15 on block and is only +1 on hit, but is very easy to hit confirm into. Instead of Bryan having a down forward +2 launcher, down forward +2 is Bryan's fastest standing mid at 13 frames. On hit, it gives a guaranteed follow-up with 1. On counter hit, it guarantees 3, which is his 3+4, except with less pushback on block, so it is punishable, so be careful. It does not jail on block, so your opponent will be able to crouch under the 1. However, if you suspect that they will crouch, you can throw out 3, knocking them down. Snake Edge, or down forward +3, is a slow, low-hitting launcher where all other low-hitting launchers get their namesake. It is a very reactable 29-frame low with tracking. On hit, it allows Bryan to follow up in combo, but is incredibly punishable at -26. It is a bit of a meme and carries a lot of lower ranked players, but when used in the right situation, it can surprise your opponent and maybe even steal the win right out from under them. Back +4 is a 16-frame mid that is -10 on block and +15 on hit. It guarantees a mock punch at most ranges, and at the wall, it will let you jet upper for a wall combo. Even at -10, it can be a little hard to punish due to the pushback. 4 is Bryan's Magic 4, a high 12-frame counter-hit launcher. On hit, you get 3 for free for a total of 27 damage, and the first hit is safe at -7. There isn't much to say about down forward +4 Wolftail. It is a 22 to 24 frame mid tracking move that has great range, hitting from just outside 2 backdashes away. Forward +4 is Mock Kick and is possibly Bryan's best tracking move. It's a 16-frame high tracking that is -10 on block, but forces the opponent into crouch on block, leaving them only to check you with a crouch jab. On normal hit, it knocks down and gives a free quarter circle back at closer ranges. On counter hit, it launches the opponent into a screw state, allowing for a surprisingly big combo. It has a small bit of evasion as it lets Bryan take a step to his left on startup, letting him blow past linear moves. Doing a quarter circle back motion, or down back to back, puts Bryan into sway. The first move I'll be discussing how to sway is Hatchet Kick, or quarter circle back +3. Hatchet Kick is a low that comes out in 19 frames, and on counter hit, knocks the opponent down and gives a free quarter circle back +4. It is a great move to condition people with, as you can follow up with down forward +2, and it will snuff out even a jab if they try to press something after on hit. Quarter circle back +4 is kickoff, also known as soccer kick. It is a 17 frame mid that is minus 12 on block. On hit, it is a launcher. This is a good tool to mix up with hatchet kick, especially on the opponent's wake up. It can be a little hard to punish at times because the interaction ends a little bit sooner than it looks like it would. Quarter circle back 2-4 is Bryan's third and final option out of sway. It is a mid that comes out in 15 frames with an optional follow-up high that is identical to Mach Kick, but it does less damage. This is a great whiff punish tool as you are able to hit confirm the second hit. It does not jail on block, however. Up 4 or up forward plus 4 is orbital heal, or as I call it, the bone zone. It is an orbital, which is a slow hop kick that launches on hit with low crush properties. It starts up in 24 frames, is very active, and hits mid. It has deceptively long range. Down plus 4 is a 15 frame low that is minus 11 on block. It has really, really good range, and is very useful for chipping your opponent out as the round goes on. 4-4 plus 2 is Mach Punch. It is Bryan's only power crush, and it comes out in 13 to 14 frames depending on range. It will only lose to lows and throws, just like with all other power crushes. It has great range and is good at punishing some stuff that is difficult or otherwise impossible to punish, like Paul's Death Fist. It does hit high, so don't throw it out when you think your opponent's going to crouch. Forward to back plus 2 is Jet Upper, Bryan's signature launcher. It is a 14 frame high that is minus 7 on block. It can be a little tricky to get out in open play, but is worth using as it is an incredible whiff punisher. Also, at being 14 frame startup, it can punish most stuff that is normally not considered launch punishable. If you manage to combo an enemy or otherwise get them in a situation where you can splat them against the wall, you will knock Bryan's stupidly high wall damage. Down back plus 1 to plus 2 is an incredibly reliable wall ender that will hit the opponent on it so long as they are on the wall at nearly any height. If you manage to get a high wall splat, then you are guaranteed back plus 3, forward 3, delayed 4. You can also use this if you get a counter hit from back plus 1 or forward 3 near the wall without having to worry about the wall messing up your combo. Due to dumb nerd stuff about combo scaling, you get extra damage from delaying the 4 from 3-4 as your opponent's butt is on the floor while they're still wall splat. Alternatively, you can do up 4 into down forward plus 1 plus 2 off a good wall splat. This will give you guaranteed meaty taunt if the opponent tech rolls to either direction. Bryan's throws are nothing to write home about, but they can be good to check an opponent's throw break skill. All of his throws, except neck throw, chains of misery, and knee blast, will floor break on Forgotten Realm. Be careful using Bryan's throws, as both of his generic throws will side switch. This could be both a blessing and a curse. Both of his command grabs will also randomly side switch. The only generic throw worth discussing of that is neck throw or his back throw. It will wall splat, allowing you to get a combo afterwards. Anaconda Assassin is done with forward plus 1 plus 2. It does 40 damage and is a 1 plus 2 break. This throw, as well as Chains of Misery, will randomly side switch. Chains of Misery is done from a full crouch. The input is from full crouch, down forward plus 1 plus 2. However, you can do this from Slither, Bryan's crouch dash, done with quarter circle forward, or down forward. It does 45 damage, as also as 1 plus 2 break. Bryan's rage art is fairly standard, nothing really of note if you know how most rage arts work, aside from him getting a free taunt afterwards on hit. His rage drive, however, is an enhanced version of chopping elbow, with the input being back plus 1 plus 2. On hit, it puts the opponent in a juggle state, and it gives you a free taunt on hit. With some practice, you can get the taunt and the combo follow-up afterwards. At the wall and with the screw, rage drive into quarter circle forward plus 1 plus 2 or quarter circle back plus 4 can be used as a combo finisher. He has 10 frame punishes, he has 2 of them. He has 1-4 and 2-3, the first doing less damage and has more range on the second hit, and 2-3, which has some applications as a jab check that will knock down on counter hit. His 12 frame punish is 4-3, which as of Season 3 is his 13 frame punish, as it does more damage than down forward 2-1. At minus 14, Bryan gets Jet Upper, which I've already discussed. At ranges the Jet Upper won't hit, Mach Punch is more than serviceable as a 14 frame punish. At minus 18 frames, Bryan gets 4 plus 4, 1. When punishing moves from crouch, your 10 frame punish is going to be while standing 1 plus 2. At 11, it will be while standing 4. At 12 frames, while standing 3. At 13 frames, it will be down forward plus 1, 2. At minus 15 frames, Bryan gets while standing 1, which launches. At 19 frames, Bryan gets while standing 2 forward plus 2, also known as Fisherman Slam,